Hi guys, welcome back. Hey, so as you know, if you've been watching this BYU save, there's been some sort of weird things going on that are sort of a result of how the schedule is created. One of the strange things that we've seen is that we've already had a preseason tournament that counts as the very start of the season, and we're now playing what is called non-conference play, where we play just sort of a random assortment of teams before our proper season starts. Now, you might look at that and you might think, oh, that's a real interesting idea, which is exactly what I thought when I first saw the save. There are problems with it. I've talked a lot about the major problems with transfer restrictions, big problems with being unable to buy any foreign players at all, and other things that I think are not really all that well thought through. But I'll show you a problem that I think is a little bit more important, and one that a lot of people are probably going to miss. And the problem is right here in the data hub, right? So you'll see that they're not going to start sending you reports, visualizations, and the like until you have 3 league matches. What that means is that there's like nothing that I can look at, right? I can't see any sort of data for anything. I can't see anything about my team performance. I can see a little bit of this sort of analyst performance review and stuff like that. Maybe I can see a few things about our shots, but we know from looking at this before that this data is not actually all that accurate, right? I actually don't know where this data comes from. I don't think that we've had this many shots so far this season. I know we haven't had 46 goals this season, so where does this come from? Nobody knows. I mean, I hate to say it this way, but this sort of thing is sort of like Sports Interactive's just sort of making stuff up. I don't know. Don't know what it is. We can't look at anything about any players because there are not enough league matches played, right? We can't really look and see anything about our next opponent. No league matches played. We can't see anything about their performance. We can see some of these things like this analyst report, which is a little bit useful. Now, if I were doing it the right way, if I actually had like a tactic I was working on, this might be useful. It might be interesting to see like where they shoot from. They usually enter in the left wing, so we could do something to try to defend against that and stuff. I question sort of the efficacy of this sort of stuff, like how effective it is. I think that, to be honest with you, a lot of this is just noise. But yeah, you can see, Stat Pack is only available for league games. And then, there's no information on past matches because we haven't played against each other yet. So when we go look at the schedule again, I've shown you this a bajillion times, right? This is part of the problems. We played a whole bunch of friendlies, right, against teams that we have no business playing. Lost most of them, and then we started off with our early season tournament, and then we have 6 games played so far. We have 4 more games before we play the first of these games. By the time we can use the stat pack, it's going to be late October, and it's going to be very limited information because it will be based upon only this Mountain West season, right? So I bring this up as sort of advice for you. If you're going to play around with like editor data files and making your own thing, make sure that you have some league games in like right at the beginning so that we're not waiting like 2 months to figure out what's going on with the save. Again, I understand the theory and idea here, but I look at this and I think, man, couldn't you put the non-conference games like intermixed with normal league games, right? I mean, why are we doing it this way? Why have them play all of this stuff ahead of time? And so, we have your normal preseason friendly, so you learn your tactic. And then we have competitive games that the club board cares about, but we can't see any sort of statistics. We can't really take a look at that and figure out what's going on, right? I mean, I'll show you this. Let's see if I can find a good place for it here. So I'll show you this here. I know people have complained a little bit about this Mustermann skin and the way that some of the stuff's presented, right? But you can see right here that our board expects us to finish in the top 1 places of the non-conference schedule. I don't know what that means. This is bizarre, right? But they do expect us to play well during that part of the schedule, right? I think if we click on View More, here we go, yeah. You can see they are asking us to finish in the NCAA non-conference schedule's top 1 places, and they are pleased. They're pleased that we are on course to do so, apparently. I don't understand how that's supposed to work, right? And then they want us to challenge for the early season tournaments, which we won, right? And then the only other thing is reach the College Cup proper and then win the league, get automatic promotion to the Pac-12, right? So these non-conference games matter. But if you're doing this and you're messing around with your own tactic and you go into your data hub and you're like, okay, what's working and what's not, you're not going to know for the entire duration of those games. It's ridiculous. It really is. If you're going to make your own league with your own schedule, make sure that we have league matches from the very beginning. I'll be very, very blunt with you. I'm like losing interest in the save quickly because I'm not playing against any teams that I'm actually competing with. Instead, I'm playing against a bunch of sort of random teams. I say this as I watch the garbage truck come and almost knock our mailbox off. Yeah, we get a lot of good help out here, let me tell you. Anyway, there's my take on this, right? I'm not the expert on the editor data files and all that stuff, but I can tell you that I think there are a lot of lessons we can learn from this one, right? And there's a lot of stuff that you probably don't want to do because it's going to drive your players nuts. Talk with you later. Bye.